Hello there, gardeners. Elise here from the Intuitive Garden, bringing you divine messages regarding today's new moon where Luna has shifted into Aquarius. This next 30-day moon cycle will bring attention to common themes associated with Aquarius, like radical self-acceptance, independence, rebellion, and looking at the bigger picture rather than being caught up in the minuscule details of it all. So, Aquarius reflects the humanitarian in the astral world, tending to carry with them the weight of the world, as they are highly in tune with the collective consciousness. This new moon in Aquarius is asking us where we can shift our focus from tending to things outside of self and instead tend to the garden within, no pun intended, where you are being asked to introspect what is in the best interest of yourself, your journey, and the sacred purpose you were born here to fulfill. In this reading, we're going to go over where Luna wants us to shift our attention, why Spirit has aligned us with this message, as well as the guides we can call upon to help us in this process, okay? And as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're interested in more personalized guidance, readings can be booked at intuitivegardenhealing.com. Now let's pull some cards. Okay. What do you have in store for us in the next 30 days, Luna? What is this moon in Aquarius showing us? What are the primary energies? And Luna is here to show us to look at the bigger picture. Okay, very on point with that being an Aquarius, right? Aquarius being all about the collective consciousness, right? All about the bigger picture. So with this full moon in Aquarius, okay, I am getting that it's time to really zoom out of what is going on around us. Okay, there has been a lot of social turmoil. There's a lot of Venus, it was in retrograde for the last few months. It did just station direct a few days ago. I do have a reading in regards to that coming up as well, so be on the lookout. But with that being said, Venus being retrograde, a lot of us have been going through a lot of turmoil in our personal relationships where we thought that there was a solid foundation. A lot of us were rudely awakened for where there were kind of holes that needed to be filled. So with that being said, Spirit is saying just take a step back, okay? Take a step back from all the drama that's going around you and look at the bigger picture. Take a more spiritual perspective of what this situation, what these people, where you've journeyed so far. Take a look at the bigger picture of where it's preparing you to go. All right, let's see if I can get anything else. Oops, sorry about that. Let me see if I can get anything else with this card. Sagittarius is lucky too, right? They're in Jupiter. They're ruled by Jupiter, rather. So, okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, so what I'm getting for this is it's time to figure out the plan, okay? Whatever it is that you plan to do in your life, whatever it is that you've been working on, whatever it is that's been pulling at you in your intuition, in your mind space, it's time to focus on what is calling on you, okay? It's so easy, again, to get caught up in the details of everything that's going on around us, right? But Spirit is saying, and Luna is influencing, that we take a minute to just sit back and reflect on where we want to go, right? Because we start our journeys, we tend to start our journeys, and we start them strong, and we have an idea of where we want to go. And then as we journey along, there are a lot of distractions. There are a lot of things pulling at your attention, okay? And I feel like Spirit is trying to express that some of us may have gotten reared off of where we were originally going because of these distractions. So all the retrograde energy that we have been working through, as much as collectively we're like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, like, I can't believe it. Those retrogrades serve purpose. Those retrogrades are meant to provide a sense of reflection to show us where things are faulty, where we're being eluded. Okay, so with Spirit saying take a look at the bigger picture, with Luna influencing us in this way, I feel like it is time to focus on yourself. It is time to focus on what it is that you want. It is time to focus on where you may have been self-abandoning, okay, for the sake of other people. It is your time to focus on you and what you want out of life, all right? So let's pull some more cards. Okay, Spirit. What are your direct messages in regards to this new moon in Aquarius? Crossroads. A new business adventure, project, or career is currently in the works for you. Yes. Okay. Yes. And I'm so happy that this came up, and not just because I have Aquarius in my 10th house. A little biased, but with this crossroads, this to me feels like, where do you feel like you are choosing to, how can I say this? Because I want to say choosing to suffer, but really, who chooses to suffer? So let me rephrase. Where is there self-abandonment in your life? Okay, where have you abandoned things that you have wanted for the sake of keeping peace, for the sake of having your needs met, for the sake of, you know, just trying to survive, right? Spirit's saying that that's the crossroads that you're at. You are being asked to make the decision to do the same thing over again, which you already know where it's going to lead you. Those same people, that same job, certain environments, right? You already know where they're going to lead you. And Spirit is saying you don't have to go that road again. You've already done the work in regards to that, okay? So that's what I mean by choosing your suffering, choosing to go through lessons that are just going to hurt you and confirm what you already know. So Spirit's saying that that's one choice that you have, but the other choice that you have is to do different, to open yourself up to new, to take a step back and actually look at the options that are being presented to you, okay? And it's so funny because what I'm seeing is like someone looking so closely at a tree that it just looks distorted, right? Like what does a tree look like? Like it's very textured. It looks very distorted when you're very close. But Spirit's saying if you take a step back, you can see the whole picture. You don't have to be in the illusion of things anymore. You don't have to turn a blind eye anymore. And with this being 11, that's a master number, okay? So Spirit wanting you to make the choice that brings you into balance, brings you into harmony, brings you into peace, okay? And knowing that that choice that you're making, it's blessed, okay? It's blessed. And it's been working. It's been in the midst of coming to fruition for a long time. It's just that because we were dealing with these energies of everybody else and all these external things around us, that we weren't quite seeing that we did have options, okay? So Spirit is saying that wherever it is that you're feeling stuck, you have options. The only choice that you have to make is to do the same thing again and get the guaranteed results since you keep doing it, or to do something different and open yourself up to the unknown, the thing that is scary, right? That can seem daunting, and just take a risk. So again, if this is job and you know, you've just been complacent in your job space for the sake of, you know, making ends meet, and like you're not happy and you don't feel valued and you don't feel appreciated. Spirit's saying you don't have to go through that anymore. Open yourself up, take a step back. What you see is very distorted, it's very elusive, but once you take a step back, you'll see your options, okay? And that's what this new moon in Aquarius, this next 30-day cycle, is going to teach us. It's going to show us where we have been too close, too immersed in our environment to not see the full scope of our options, okay? We are not as powerless as we think we are when we find ourselves in situations that we feel limited, okay? The game changer for that state of mind when you feel like you have no out is to take a step back, assess your options, okay? Call upon spirit. Spirit will show you. But this new moon in Aquarius is urging us to no longer self-abandon and to truly fill our own cup first. Do what makes us happy, okay? Do what makes us happy, and understand that we always have a choice to stand in our power or a choice to give it away to our circumstances, all right? Beautiful. Spirit, who can we call upon in this process? Okay, what guides are being shown as available to us as we shift perception with this new moon in Aquarius? What guides can we call upon? Look at that imagination, inner child. This is so beautiful, and let me tell you guys why. So when we're children, okay, we have such a vast perspective of the world. It is abundant, okay? We see how much, how plentiful life is. We see how much there is to share. We have the capacity to imagine beyond our current circumstances, right? So Spirit's saying, and it's very ironic, the power that you feel that you've lost has always been inside of you. You've just been so immersed in the minuscule details, the mundane tasks of it all, that you're not checking in with yourself. And this is a part of that self-abandonment process. And I love the imagery depicted here, because I feel like with the crossroads, Spirit's saying that if you make the choice, okay, if you make the choice to do different for the sake of your own happiness, for the sake of sacrificing the safety net that you've created for yourself, and truly rely on your inner child as a guide to see the expansiveness of the world, to see the abundance available to you, you're going to be reborn. You're going to feel free where you once felt confined, okay, by your circumstances. Spirit's saying, lean on your inner child for the next 30 days, for this next 30-day moon cycle, to show you where your options are, to show you where you've had limiting beliefs, okay? This inner child within you, though you're an adult, it did not die, okay? It did not dissipate. It's still very much alive and inside of you. It's just waiting for you to call upon it. And I love these butterflies, right? Because this feels like the metamorphosis is over, okay? Right now, where we may feel like we're cocooning and we're stuck, and we don't quite feel like we have the energy to shift and to change, Spirit's saying, call upon your inner child, call upon that part of you that lives inside of you, that sees how expansive the universe is, that sees how abundant and plentiful you live, because all else is elusive, all right? All else is elusive. And with this being a 7, watch out for 777, okay? 777 to me is very much reflecting Archangel Shamuel, who rules over our solar plexus, which is where we have our life force energy, our desires, right? So how synchronistic with this inner child. Archangel Shamuel coming out to say, listen, call upon me as well. I will guide you to the place within you that has your inner child, that holds this imagination, this expansiveness that's waiting for you, all right? Because you are not stuck. That is an illusion, all right? It's time to take a step back and truly look and assess all of your options, everything that is at play, okay? Beautiful. I love that. All right. So now we're going to pull the energetic story of the next 30 days. what Spirit wants us to bring awareness to. Be aware or beware type energy. Okay, Spirit, so what is the energetic story for this next 30-day moon cycle? Beautiful. Okay, first one out, action. Man holding coin. Man holding heart. Community. Journey. I'm just gonna push these over a little bit just so I can get that bottom deck energy out. And the temple path. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, perfect. So I love that this bottom deck energy is the temple path and that the last card out was journey. Okay, so let's get into this. Sorry, I'm just moving my decks around so that I'm prepared. Okay. So yeah, so Spirit is saying February and this new moon in Aquarius, it is a time for introspection. It is a time to truly assess if what you have been giving out is being reciprocated. If where you have been expending energy, time, money, is it coming back to you? Is the investment worth it? Okay, and if not, why do you continue to invest there? All right, if not, why are you choosing to self-abandon your needs, okay, over someone else's? And it's through this introspection process that you're going to really come to terms. So this white horse being our imagination, okay, being our more spiritual perception, and this black horse being the more material, more physical, right? So once you come to realization of what is no longer serving you, what is no longer replenishing you, where you are being forced to abandon your needs, your wants, your desires, you're going to catch up, okay, here. And you're going to come into alignment with options, with the choice that leads you to your abundance, to your happiness, to your expansion. And this can be really scary. Like, I'm not gonna just tell you guys that, you know, it's so easy, just align your thoughts with what you want. Like, if it were that easy, we would be doing that, right? No, but there are a lot of attachments that we have throughout our journey. We attach ourselves to things. It's human nature, okay, to try and be safe and attach ourselves to consistency. But what is being exposed here is that there is an imbalance of what you've been giving versus what you've been getting. And Spirit's saying it's time to rectify it. You don't need to go through the same process again. You know better. You've endured it. You've gone through it. Now is the test, and I'm making you aware of the fact that you have another choice. You have a choice, and though scary and unknown and unpredictable, okay, nonetheless, it's a choice, and it's up to you to rely on your inner guidance to lead you to that point. Or you can continue to make the choice that leads you back to what you already know, which is just going to hinder your growth, hinder your expansion, and you're going to just have to go through it all over again, okay? Because that's what happens when we miss our calls. Spirit says, okay, that's fine, you're not ready. We'll go through it again, and then we'll see what manifests next as opportunity. But what Spirit's saying now is that you have an opportunity that's available to you that is fruitful, and it's not time to pass it up because you deserve it, and it's going to nourish you. It's going to give back what you put in, okay? And regardless of if you are male or female, the choice that you make in turn is going to bring you stability. It's going to bring you prosperity. And again, we have a 7 here, a 7 here, and a 7 here. So Archangel Samuel coming out to say, listen, call upon me. Where you feel that you're having lack, where you feel like you are having a lack of motivation, a lack of abundance, where you feel like you don't desire anything, like you just have given up kind of wanting things for yourself, call upon me. I will reignite that balance in you. I will help you to balance your solar plexus so that we can begin to create a life that works for you, so that we can begin to journey the path of the unknown together while co-creating, okay, the expansiveness and abundance that your inner child imagines, okay, that it sees. And also on this journey for you, again, regardless if you're male or female, whatever sexual orientation you are, love is fruitful in this time, okay? And where we've had toxic love, where we've had one-sided love, where we've had love that was not reciprocating what we were giving, that's done once you choose to make the choice of going into the unknown. And I know that because 45 is a 9, okay? And just the order that these came out in, it's like you're done with the bullshit. You're done with the people pleasing. You're done with feeling like you have to give in order to feel valued, in order to feel of worth, in order to feel like enough. It's over, okay? Once you make this choice to align your action with your thought of wanting more, okay? With your thoughts of dreams and your passions and how you came here to serve, the rest is easy peasy. It's money, okay? You're going to come into your abundance. You're going to come into relationships that support you to create your abundance. You're going to come into relationships that nourish you the way that you wish to be nourished. You're going to come into romanticism that you thought was just a dream, right? That you never thought was imaginable for you, but Spirit is confirming it absolutely is. And in this process, you also find your tribe. Okay, that's what this is reflecting. Your tribe, new love coming in, new support systems coming in. So where you worry when you make this choice that you may be losing people that you've known for a long time, that you've loved for a long time, that you've journeyed through with for a long time, if they are not serving you, you have to let them go. They are taking a spot that is for someone else, okay? And it's not only a disservice to you, it's also a disservice to them, because if you don't serve each other anymore and you're just place holding for the sake of comfort, where's the growth? Where's the expansion? Where's the point of living? You know, if we're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again because it feels safe, even though it's not giving us the results that we would desire, what is really the point of continuing to do it? And that's why Spirit's saying here, like, don't be afraid of what you have to sacrifice in order to get to where you need to be, to get to your happiness, to get to your bliss, to get to your abundance. Don't hesitate on who has to be sacrificed, because those that are supposed to be with you are going to be there regardless. It is inevitable. It's written in their contract with you, okay? And those that have to fall away, it could be temporary, it could be forever, but it's for purpose. So you have to trust. When you make the choice to go into the unknown, you have to radically trust Spirit, or else you're going to drive yourself crazy. And I'm going to share with you, you know, it's been a little bit rough for me on my end, just kind of going through the energetic fields, purging and processing, getting ready for these shifts that are coming for me, right? And yesterday I was doing a reading and Spirit kept showing me Tetris pieces. And I could not fathom, like, why are you showing me Tetris pieces? And what I came to realize later in the night is that Spirit was telling me, though it might seem like the world is falling on you, bits and pieces of debris, you know, emotions, societal chaos, all these things that are going on around you, when you take a step back, you see how those pieces fit together, okay? You see the purpose that they served. And that is what I feel like Spirit is trying to also portray here. You can't fathom what's happening around you because it looks like chaos and it's discomforting. That's what it looks like to be in the unknown. It's discomforting. There's no consistency. It is quite literally unknown. And that's very unsettling for our human nature. But what Spirit's saying is a little bit of uncomfortability and not knowing all the answers has to be worth more, right? Than you doing the same thing over and over again, knowing that your results are not going to lead you to where you want to be. So that's the choice that you have. You can do the same thing all over again, okay, for the sake of comfort and consistency and feeding that human need. Or you can take the leap of faith and journey into the unknown with Spirit as your partner, with these divine beings as your partner, right? Because that's what these orbs are to me. And Create something that's so much better than what you could have ever imagined, so much better than what you could have endured, bringing in the abundance that you want, bringing in the passion to fulfill and create the way that you were born to, aligning yourself to love that refills your cup. Okay, friendships, kindred spirits, people that want to support you in your journey where you're going. And Spirit's saying you could trust that whatever falls away, I'm going to replenish it. I'm going to replenish you with better. Okay, I promise, I promise, I promise. And Archangel Chamuel, again, coming in for me to say, if at any point you lose enthusiasm, if at any point you feel that you're lacking in a desire or a need to do something, call on me. I will balance you back into a space of action. Okay, inspired action. Beautiful. Okay, with this journey and it's very funny, right? Because we have crossroads and then we have this pillar here with all different directions. All right, and I feel like what Spirit is saying with this journey card is that no matter the choices that you make, if you don't feel ready to make the choice to do something different, to take a leap of faith, to journey into the unknown with me at this moment, that is your prerogative. That serves you purpose regardless. It's just not quite where you should be. It's a disservice to you to do the same thing over again. But if it's what you are choosing to do, you have to brace yourself and understand that, yeah, there's no right or wrong. Your soul sees no right or wrong. But where does the self-abandonment stop? Where does the self-love begin? Where do you begin to value yourself? At what part in your journey does that become a priority to you? Then you get bombarded with a list of more questions that you have to introspect. So Spirit's saying that regardless of what you do, I'm going to support you on your journey. It's your journey, but I'm just showing you the options that are being brought to you through this full moon this new moon in Aquarius and the shift that it's bringing to the collective. You can journey on to a space of the unknown where we can co-create and we can create abundance and bliss and all the things that you deserve, that you are entitled to. Or you can continue to journey through with the people that you've been with the people that you believe hold purpose in your life. And you have to come to acceptance that whenever it falls away, it was inevitably going to happen. Okay, whatever it is that falls away, whenever it is that falls away, you have to come into peace of knowing it was inevitable. And that's what I've been trying to show you. That's the crossroads that you're at. So I genuinely feel like, Spirit's saying you can do what you want, but like, it's very clear what you should be doing. But again, discern, okay? Discern, use your own discernment, use your own intuition. Do what you feel is best for you in this moment, but understand that you do have options, okay? You absolutely do have options. And again, I feel like because this ended with this journey card in the bottom deck is the temple path. The temple path is a maze, okay? So regardless of how many times you run into the same wall, you can always trust that you're going to end up where you're supposed to be, supported by beings that love you, regardless of if you want to keep doing the same thing over and over again or learn your lessons in whatever way. It's your path. There's no judgment, okay? There is no judgment with how you arrive to your temple path. It's sacred to you. It's sacred to Spirit. It's part of the reason why you decided to incarnate at this time. So there's no judgment on Spirit's end. There's no judgment on your light team's end, ancestors, any of that. This is your journey to go through. No one else has to feel the feelings that you feel. No one else has to endure the heartache that you feel. No one has to go through any of your processes but you. You are the alchemist of your life. And Spirit's just saying, I'm just bringing attention to you where you're being jaded, okay? And where you could be focusing your attention, knowing that you have choices. You are not stuck, all right? So very beautiful with ending on that temple path. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Well, that one wanted to come out. Okay. Yes. Okay. We're going to take this as its own separate message before I cut the deck, okay? 8 of air, 7 of fire, okay? So where you feel restricted, okay? Where you feel a lot of confusion, where you feel that you are powerless, where you are doubting yourself, Spirit wants you to know it is elusive. This is you at the soul, okay? You are persistent. You are resilient. You are determined at your soul, okay? To combat anything that stands in your way. All else is an illusion. And this is the power that we get from taking a step back, okay? When you take a step back, you reclaim your power. You see that you're not powerless. The illusions, they dissipate. And where you once felt trapped, you understand it's just a matter of you taking what's in front of you out of your way and moving forward, okay? So beautiful, beautiful bonus message there. That is you at your soul's core, okay? That is you at your soul's core. I know you guys can't really see that, but it's okay. All right, let's cut our deck. What do you got for us, Spirit? What do you got for us? Let me just line us up here so that we're nice and straight. Okay, perfect. All right, first card out. 10 of water, so 10 of cups on top of action. Yes, the action that you take coming into alignment with your thought process, it's going to be wish fulfillment. You're going to feel blessed, all 10 of your cups full, okay? So where you were once not receiving reciprocation on any end in whatever path that you're on, those places where you felt depleted, those places where you felt like where I'm giving, I'm not receiving, when you make the choice to go into the unknown with Spirit, you have to trust and understand that you're gonna find your happiness. You're gonna be blessed, all 10 of your cups filled. All right, on top, oh, look at that. 8 of earth, education, focus, and details. Okay, so with man holding coin, this to me, for some of us, it could be that when we choose to, one of the things that's hesitating you from choosing into this path of unknown is the work that it requires. And I understand that. You know, you get to a certain point, you don't want to learn anything new, you just kind of want to go with the flow. How much of that though is benefiting you is what you have to ask yourself. If you're still going through the same toxic patterns, same thought processes, same behaviors, how much of that is benefiting you to get into this space that exists in you, this expansive, this awareness, this abundance? How much of your resistance to learn, okay, and be the student is taking away from, I'm sorry, I just had like a major brain fart. Like I had the thought and then it went away. Okay, so what I was saying here, I'm just gonna restart. With this 8 of earth going on top of this man holding coin, abundance and prosperity can absolutely be yours, okay? It can be yours by you meeting someone who can help you get a leg up. It can be you just in itself. But regardless, at some point, you have to be the student in this journey. And that might be a little intimidating for some of us. Some of us might not want to learn. Some of us might feel like we're not capable to pick up new abilities and new gifts, but you have to understand that it's already within you. It's already in your soul's blueprint. It's just a matter of you putting the time to learn and do what you need so that you can get to the next step. And one thing that I always tell a lot of my clients is like, you know, it can be intimidating to learn something new, but when you're passionate about it and when you want to know more about it, it's not as daunting. Like you want to be immersed in it. You want to have more knowledge. And in turn, you become more knowledgeable. You become someone that is credible. You have this energy fueling your solar plexus with the confidence, right? To create and to move with your life's desires, with your passions, because you're knowledgeable in them. All right. So if you're someone that part of this going into the unknown, you already know that that's going to require some type of education or higher learning, the time is going to pass. regardless. So don't let that hinder you from doing it, all right? Don't let it hinder you from doing it. It's all for your highest good. Okay, mistakes, melodrama, and resentment. 7 of water. 4 of air. Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to pull this, but we're going to take it since I already did. And then this is our bottom deck energy, 5 of air, conflicts, annoyances, and contemplation. And I would actually feel a little bit like more concerned with this coming out last if we didn't get these two, okay? If we didn't get these two. Again, where you feel that you are fighting and combating energies, okay? Where you feel like these are the things that are in your way of making the choice to go into the unknown. It's at a soul level that you can persevere through it. You have the resilience and you have the angels and spirit themselves backing you into your divine purpose, into your divine timeline. Okay, so never let annoyances or hindrances or things from the physical deter you from the path that you want to walk on. There's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be annoyances. There's always going to be obstacles and challenge. That's just meant to further allow us to grow, right, into purpose. So rather than looking at those challenges as roadblocks, see them as just that, challenges. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and remember why you started your journey, what this could possibly be teaching you. When you have a more spiritual awareness, when you go into this journey, which absolutely you will if you are choosing to go into this with spirit as your co-creator, you're going to realize the power of just taking a step back and looking at things for what they are, okay? And I feel like that's what Spirit's saying. With this temple path, you're bound to run into walls. You're bound to make mistakes. You've never done it before. And even if we have been incarnated, you have no recollection of it, right? So how could I, Spirit, expect you to know every turn, every right answer if you're blinded to the path, right? You know that in essence, this is what's waiting for you. Your abundance, your prosperity, your happiness, but you're on the road, okay? You're on the path to get it, and it can be confusing and it can feel daunting, but you have to understand that I cut you slack. I cut you slack. I know that you've never done it. I know that there are going to be things that pull your attention. I know that there's going to be things that trigger you. The purpose is to mold your character into someone that is resilient, someone that holds then the blueprint of how to get through all challenges and still persevere so that you can come into your abundance, so that you can nurture it properly, right? So that you can take care of it. The obstacles and challenges that we face on our journey only further prepares us for what's to come, all right? And that is imperative that you remember that and keep that with you, all right? It is only shaping you to properly nourish and take care of what it is that you are asking for. That is what our challenges are here to show us. Because at a core level, all these things on the physical that we feel are blocking us have nothing on the resilience of our soul, all right? That's what keeps us going through every day. The hope, the faith, the mustard seed of faith, right? That's what keeps a lot of us going through the trials and tribulations. And I feel like that's why Spirit was saying in the beginning, you know, take a step back for how far you've journeyed, because you'll see all that you've endured already. You'll see how resilient you are. You'll come into a new acceptance of self. All right. So let's double back because I got a little ahead of myself. Okay. So yes. So with this man holding heart, as I was saying, you know, there's new love coming into the other side of this unknown journey. And it's completely different than anything you've experienced thus far in your experience, in your journey, okay? And I say that because where you have experienced a lot of blame, where you've experienced a lot of drama, a lot of theatrics, a lot of people's inner child just coming out to, you know, cause a scene, which might be making you self-abandon, which might be making you choose to pacify and just keep peace. You're not going to have to deal with that anymore when you go into this next phase. People that bring this kind of energy with them are no longer going to be able to handle the vibration that you emit when you travel this path with Spirit, okay? And you have to trust that. This 5 of air energy, where you've been meeting people that are petty, that have ulterior motives, that are only out for themselves, that show you time after time that they are selfish. When you choose to make this choice, okay, I know it sounds silly. When you choose this path with spirit of the unknown, spirit's affirming to you, you won't have to do that. That's what you sacrifice. That's what you give up. And that should be worth enough, because at least then you know that what you're giving will always be reciprocated. You're no longer dealing with people that have this energy. And not only because I won't send them to you, because absolutely you will be tried and challenged through other people, but because the standards that you have once you've journeyed along, you're not going to deal with it anymore. You're going to see it from a mile away. And this being a 9, you're done with it. You're not going to want to deal with it anymore. The PTSD that it gives you, it's going to be like, nope, you do nothing for me. I'm done with this. Thank you so much, but no thank you. Okay? And that's how it's going to be. And again, with the 7 of water on top of this community card, like, where you have been over analyzing or procrastinating conversations that need to happen with people that you want in your life, people that you want to journey along with you through this process, it's time to have those conversations. Call upon spirit, ask spirit, like, please give me the wisdom, please give me the patience to move this conversation into a space of love, so that I can be clearly understand, and I can clearly understand the person that's in front of me, right? So again, if these are relationships that you don't want to just sacrifice and end, it is time to have important conversations throughout this 30-day cycle, okay? But only first when you have those conversations with yourself. You need to acknowledge, amend, and rectify any imbalances that you have within you, so that when you have these conversations, they are clear, okay? They are clear. You said what you wanted to say. You've expressed all that needed to be expressed, and you can be done with it and leave it in the past, all right? And now with this journey, and then this 4 of air, meditation, recuperation, and contemplation, this is spirit being spirit, saying to you, I'm going to give you the time to make your choice. I'm going to show you throughout this next 30-day cycle all the imbalances, all the spaces where you want improvement. And I'm also going to show you with that, okay, when you come into reflection, when you come into meditation, where you've been limiting your own self, where you have been giving up your own power, okay? Because remember, this journey of aligning your action to your thought, to your soul's wants of abundance, prosperity, happiness, fulfilling relationships, once these two align, you got the 10 of water, baby. Like, you're prosperous, you're blessed, all 10 cups full, couldn't ask for more. I am joyous. That's the end result of choosing to go into the unknown, right? But Spirit's saying that you ultimately have to make the choice. And what's going to guide you to make the choices that will lead you to this fulfillment is going to come to you through meditation, through self-reflection, okay, through prayer, through talking to spirit about your journey and where it is that you wish to go, all right? Beautiful. And then with this 8 of water that I pulled, I feel like it's very self-explanatory now. Like, if you are choosing to go on the path, okay, of the unknown, right? If you're choosing to walk away from all the things that no longer serve you, people, career, environment, anything in your outside, or even, even in your inside, how you think about yourself, your thought forms, your belief systems, anything that no longer serves you, when you make this choice, trust that you don't walk alone. Trust that the angels will greet you. Trust that you will be supported throughout your entire journey, no matter how scary, okay? No matter how scary. And again, I'm going to just share with you, I got certified to become a coach in August. The August or the end of July. I quit my job in June. I quit my job in July. Like, I was like, listen, I'm going balls deep. We're going to do this. And, I didn't mean to say balls deep. I'm sorry. I meant balls to the wall. I'm doing this. This is what my purpose is. This is what my passion is. This is where it's leading me. This is what I'm doing. And it has been terrifying. It has been terrifying. I, yes, am a spiritual being having a human experience, but my needs have to be met through my work, right? My needs have to, my material needs have to come from the energy that I exert. And when you first start a business, that can be very difficult. You're still just trying to find your footing. But I trust that I'll be provided for. I trust that spirit will show me the way. I trust that any lack that I've gone through is just amending perceptions that I have that do not fit into a place where I'm going to have abundance, where I'm going to flourish, where I'm going to come into my happiness. That's what this journey, okay, that I chose to go on. I chose the path of the unknown. I chose to take a leap of faith with spirit. I chose to try to serve in my purpose and do what I came here to do, because I knew that that would lead me to my happiness, that would lead me to my expansion. And that's why I'm sharing this story with you, because it's not easy, it's very scary, and it can be very anxiety ridden. So this is a choice that's why Spirit was saying earlier, you know, no pressure. You have to do what you want to do when you're ready. And that's why I'm asking, on top of this journey, okay, that you go through some meditation, you do the contemplating, you do the introspecting, so that you make the choice that's ready for you, that's right for you, that's in alignment for you. Because that's the only way that you're going to get the results that you're looking for, is if you have faith, is if you believe, is if you show up every day consistently, okay, with me in mind of being your co-creating partner. That's the only way that this works. But if you make this choice and it's out of fear of just not doing the same thing again and nothing else, you're going to go back. You're going to go backwards. So make sure that you're doing what you're ready for. That's why this meditation, this contemplation, it's imperative, okay, before you make any decisions, all right? But I mean, I'm telling you, I have gone through a lot in my last, it's February, so it's been like 8 months. I've gone through a lot in my 8 months of being self-employed. I've learned a lot. I've cried a lot. I've prayed a lot. I've meditated a lot. I've reflected a lot. And ultimately, I feel more aligned to my purpose than I ever had or ever would have in my own personal experience working in corporate. Okay, being undervalued. Okay, being overlooked. All right, that didn't serve my soul. That didn't serve my purpose. That didn't nurture my gifts. I wanted something that was going to allow me to be playful, to be in my inner child energy, to view the world as abundant. That was the choice that I made. And Spirit's saying, you have that same choice. Okay, so from the words of someone that is going through it, it can be scary. But I'm happy to have left behind everything that no longer served me, because I have at least cleared the slate to have new things grow for me. New beginnings, new relationships, new friendships, all these things new that are in alignment with the version of myself that I have accepted. The humanitarian within me that wanted to be of service, okay? That wanted to live in abundance and not in illusion. And I feel like that was me looking at the bigger picture. Okay, do I want to work every day at a job that doesn't value me, that I'm just making ends meet, where I'm dreading waking up in the morning? Like, do I want to get caught up in that over and over again every day for the sake of, not having my needs met? Or am I willing to take the leap of faith with Spirit and just bet on myself that I can create the abundance that I want to? All right, so Spirit's saying, meditate, contemplate. It's your choice at the end of the day. What you choose is not right or wrong. It is your path. What you are entitled to will always, 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 always be. It will always be. Okay? Beautiful. And now we're going to pull one last card, and then we are all done. All right. I mean, before I even split the deck, I have Treasure Island on the bottom with a 9. Okay, so 9, ending of a cycle. And then Treasure Island, you know, coming into your bliss, coming into your abundance, seeing what your lessons were trying to show you, what they were trying to teach you. All right. So same deck. Now we're just gonna, okay. And our final message out. Wow. New life. I love that. Oh, and look at the bottom. Chaos and conflict. Yes. Oh, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Okay. All the chaos and conflict and distortion, the Tetris pieces that I was referring to, right? And even like, look at these things. Chaos and conflict that is happening right now, collectively, individually, it is divinely guided. Any anxiety, any mistrust, any feelings of unease that you have from chaos and conflict that's going on around you, that is calling you to ground. That is calling you to meditate, because it is impacting you in a way that you may not realize, and it's not allowing for you to see the bigger picture. Okay, so Spirit, again, take a step back, all right, and trust that all the conflict, all the chaos, it's taking away, okay, all the elusiveness, all the distortion that you've picked up all along your journey, all right? And I want to say that this is actually very relevant to me sharing with you my journey of, you know, becoming a coach and choosing my path and my purpose, because all the things that I've gone through in the last 8 months, all the hardship, again, was just peeling away all that I picked up that wasn't mine. Okay, and I find so much peace and so much comfort in knowing that I don't have to put on any masks. I can show up authentically and I can be enough. And that's what a lot of the trials and tribulations and the challenges of the unknown are. Just peeling away things that no longer serve you, things that are not yours. All right, any illusions that we picked up about self. And I feel like this is especially synchronistic with the new moon in Aquarius, because Aquarius is all about, you know, independence, rebellion, the need to be your own person, to live your own journey without judgment, okay? Without even caring if there is judgment, just being able to actually live in your purpose, live in your truth without masks. You can't make a horse a zebra. Like, it's just not in its nature. No matter how you try to paint it, you can't do it. So we have to peel away the masks, the illusion in the beginning processes of this choice that we make to go into the unknown with Spirit. So where you are seeing conflict, where you are seeing chaos, where you feel distorted, whether it be that you've made the choice to go into the unknown with Spirit again, or you're contemplating it, you have to trust that it's for your highest good, that it is leading you, okay, to be authentically you. It is leading you to radical acceptance. And with that radical acceptance, with you peeling away any layers that do not belong to you, you come into a new life. And look at that body language, and look at Spirit here with you, like, all right, we made it. And with this new life, I feel like it's new everything, right? It's new love, it's abundance, it's new ideas, new friends, new people to support you, right? Understanding that you are resilient at a soul level. Everything and anything you've ever gone through has set the stage for where you're going. Okay, so these are beautiful closing messages. Thank you so much to Spirit and the Ascended Masters that came in to help us, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides who came to send these beautiful messages. Make the choice. Whatever choice you make, it is the right choice for you, okay? But make sure that you meditate and you contemplate on it, and just trust that, you know, your journey will unfold the way that it's supposed to. But we absolutely have lunar energies that are supporting us to have a new life, to fade away all the things that are not ours. All right, so those are your messages. Again, you can book personalized oracle guidance from intuitivegardenhealing.com. Thank you.